Tension is escalating at the border on the LOC less than a week after Prime Minister Modi met with Pakistan Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif. The Pakistani army claims it has shot down an Indian drone which it says was on a clandestine aerial surveillance mission. The Pakistan army has released images of the drone which it claims was being used for aerial photography near the line of control. This comes barely hours after at least one Indian soldier was shot dead along the border because there was firing across it. These are the pictures that have come in of the drone which has been shot down by the Pakistani army. We are told that at least a BSF Jawan has been injured and one woman has been killed in the firing along the Jammu's Akhnur sector. That's the story that's coming in at the moment. Reports coming in of tension along the border. Let's go straight across to Gaurav Sawant, my colleague who joins me here. Gaurav, we're seeing those images. It's coming less than a week after the Sharif-Narendra Modi talks. What am I to understand? Is there genuinely an attempt being made by the Pakistani army to ratchet up the temperature along the LOC yet again?
On the eve of Prime Minister Narendra Modi and Pakistan's Premier Nawaz Sharif meeting, there was tension. There were two deaths along the line of control, one army soldier and one BSF Jawan. These escalations are very carefully calculated, Rajdeep. It doesn't happen at the spur of the moment. It's very carefully decided and then orchestrated. Both sides, according to the Indian Army and the BSF, it was started by the Pakistani side. India, of course, responded in equal measure. Today, there's been a further escalation. Initially, it was small arms fire, then escalated to sniper fire, and today, 81mm mortars were used, and that is serious escalation of tension along the international border.
What are your sources in the army saying? What is responsible for this? Less than a week after the two leaders have met, why is this happening on the border?
Pakistan is sending out a very clear message. It's the army that calls the shots. Unless the Pakistan army is on board, there cannot be peace between India and Pakistan. That's a very clear signal that's coming out on the eve and subsequently. The two DGMOs are likely to meet. That is what the joint statement between India and Pakistan said. Last time when they met, when our soldiers were beheaded, tension came down. For 7 months, there was total peace. Once again, this tension escalated. As far as this particular drone is concerned, Rajdeep, the Indian Army and Air Force, they both said this is not ours. If you look at this drone very carefully, it's a very small commercial drone, and experts are saying this is a Chinese Phantom 2. It's a commercial drone, not a military drone. So clearly this is not a drone that security forces use.
How is the Indian Army planning to respond to the firing across the line of control?
Disproportionate response is this new template, and that is very clear in the BSF sector. And if you look at the Pakistani media is reporting disproportionate response from the Indian side. They're saying India opened fire using mortars. So the moment there's mortar firing from the other side, India responds. Not just in the BSF sector, but also along the LOC. But along the LOC, it's restricted to small arms. Along the international border, it's now escalating.
Okay. Gaurav Sawant bringing us that breaking news right at the top here on the news today at 9. It's ironic it's happening, less than 5 days after the two leaders were shaking hands with a joint statement in Ufa in Russia.